Okay, so just a 45-minute flow this morning, and knowing who's on, I'll kind of keep it moving a little bit, just work through more of a classical style of Sun A's, Sun B's. So let's start seated, just get into the breath a little bit. So just a cross-legged posture, bring the backs of the hands to the knees, connect the index finger to the thumb, and then stretch out through the other fingers. Your arms feel quite active over the legs. So you can fold the back of the hands, so you can use them to hook into your knees to pull your posture up straight. So you've got these straight lines through the arms and through the spine. Just softly close the eyes from there. Maybe just draw the chin towards your throat slightly. And feel the breath then coming through the nose and into the lower belly. Beginning to observe your body this morning, just checking in on a physical sense. Checking in on an emotional or energetic sense. Just having that awareness. And maybe then, if you wish to, setting an intention for the practice, something you maybe want to let go of or take care of. Focus that you want to work with, whether that's to move or just to focus on the breath or to release busy thoughts in the mind, whatever that might be. So on your next inhale, we're going to sweep the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Take a big breath in, the palms meet above the head. As you exhale, bring your right hand towards the left knee and the left hand behind you into a twist. Staying where you are, take a big breath in. And as you exhale, rotate the shoulders round a little bit further. Inhale, bring your hands up above the head again, palms meet. Exhale, left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Stay where you are, take a breath in. Exhale to deepen into the twist. Inhale, reaching hands above the head. Exhale, right hand to left knee. Gonna just do one breath, one move. So inhale, lift hands above the head. Exhale, left hand to right. Once more either way, inhale, center. Exhale, turn to the left. Inhaling center. Exhale, turn to the right. Inhale, come back to the center, and then just bring the hands through the center line to the heart space. Bring the feet out into Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together. Keep a longer stance with the legs, the soles of the feet at least 2 palms width away from the groin. Hang on to the shins, and then just taking a few cat-cow rolls through the spine. So we're going to inhale to lift the chest and the tailbone back. And as you exhale, pull the belly in, so you curl the spine towards the wall behind you. Inhale, pull it into the legs to help you bring the chest forwards. And exhale, curling back. Keeping that going, a few more rounds. Last time to lift up, holding there. Tuck the heels in a little bit closer towards you if that's feeling okay with knees. Otherwise, just keep one leg out straight, footing out, stay if you need to. So hold on to the feet, peel the toes back so your feet feel really active. So again, we can pull into them to help the spine lift. Keep the shoulders down, take a full breath in. And as you exhale, lean the head forwards, just bowing the forehead down and towards the toes, allowing the upper spine to curve. Keep the shoulders down, and if the inner thighs are meeting the elbows, use the elbows to just press the inner thighs out a little bit further, as though you're dragging the thighs from the groin towards the knees a little bit. Take a full breath in where you are, and as you exhale, bring yourself back up again. Lift the knees back up to the center and place the feet to the floor. If you have a block or a cushion, it's also fine. Then just keep that handy. You're going to come onto your backs just to switch on the core. So bring the feet down to the ground. Take a little rock side to side with the knees. And bring your cushion or your brick between the legs, so between sort of knees and the thighs. So if you're working with any lower back injury or anything at the minute, you can do these with the feet on the floor. If you want to up level it, we start with the feet off the ground. So you decide on a Saturday morning, whenever you're practicing, where you want to be. Interlace the fingers together behind the back of the head and just lift the elbows towards the ceiling so you create that hammock for your head. Keep the lower back connected to the floor, so you have to slightly draw the tailbone round just to connect lower back down. Stay where you are, take a full breath in. Hold the breath, squeeze the block, then exhale, lift the head and the shoulders up so the belly pulls down, curling pubic bone towards the navel. Inhale, bring the head to the floor. Hold that in breath, squeeze the block. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders up, pull belly down, curling pubic bone to navel. Inhale, head to floor. Hold the breath, squeeze the block. Exhale, lifting elbows up, belly down, curling tailbone up. Inhale, head to floor. Hold the breath, squeeze the block. Exhale, lifting head and shoulders up, pulling pubic bone to navel. Take 2 more. Inhale. Holding the breath and squeeze. Exhale, lifting up, belly down, tailbone up. Inhale. Hold the breath, squeeze. Exhale to draw up. Inhale, head to the floor. If the feet are floating, bring the feet to the ground, but keep your cushion or block between the knees. Release the hands either side of the body. We're going to take a bridge pose. So start with that full breath in again. As you exhale, roll up through the spine. Keep squeezing into the block. Press into the feet, let the head slide back. Tuck the tailbone under. Holding there for about 6 more breaths. So if squeezing in the block is bringing any pressure to the knee, maybe just remove the block if you want to. Be mindful of your body. Three more breaths. Keep tailbone really tucking, glutes are switched on. Last breath. Use the exhale to roll all the way down through the spine. Tailbone last. Take the block away from your legs. Bring, again, if you're working with lower back injury, you can do this with one foot on the floor and we'll work just one leg to float. Otherwise, take both feet off the ground and we'll start again here. Interlace the fingers around the back of the head. So again, to up level, you do the whole thing with head floating. For kind of mid-range, just keep the head on the ground. Okay, so you decide, you might want a mixture of both. So find your starting point, connect the lower back to the floor, take a big breath in. As you exhale, reach the right heel towards the ceiling. Stay where you are, take a big breath in. As you exhale, reach the right heel forwards. Just take it low enough that your lower back can stay connected to the floor. So don't let the label of your trousers leave the ground. Inhale, come back to the starting point. Exhale, lift the left heel towards the ceiling. Stay where you are, take a big breath in. Exhale, reach left heel forwards, again, just low enough so the lower back stays connected to the floor. Inhale, bring the leg back center. Exhale, reach the right heel up. Stay where you are, take a big breath in. Exhale, reach right heel forwards and down. Keep tailbone trying to tuck up. Inhale, find the center. Exhale, reach left heel towards the ceiling. Stay where you are, take a big breath in. Exhale, reaching left heel forwards and down. Inhale, come back to the center. One more either side. Exhale, right heel up. Stay, inhale. Exhale, right heel forwards and down. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, left heel up. Stay, inhale. Exhale, left heel forwards and down. Inhale, back to the center. Release the head to the floor, release the feet to the ground. Take a little rock side to side. And then hug the knees in towards your body and rock and roll yourself through seated and straight over into all fours, either over the legs or sweep the legs around. Spread the hands open into the ground as wide as you can as you stretch through these hands. Just take a rock either side to side in the palms or take a few cat-cow. Take either movement through your back and weight through the hands, any way kind of you need to move. Bring the forearms towards the ground. So to hover the elbows just a couple of inches off the floor, just coming into a couple of breaths of turbo dog to switch on shoulders. Squeeze the elbows in towards each other, then press open through the shoulder blades. So you curl the gaze round towards the navel. Tuck the toes, keep the elbows hovering where they are, and then lift the knees just to the same height as the elbows. So if you're looking down towards the mat, make sure you can see both elbows in your peripheral vision. So hug them in towards each other. Stay really open through those shoulder blades. Maybe shift your shoulders forwards towards the wrists a little bit further. So you can feel those shoulders switching on, that wrapping of the shoulder blades around your back. Try to relax through the neck. Keep the arms exactly as they are, but straighten the legs up a little bit higher. Keep the arms as they are. Hug them in, stay with the bend in the elbows. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, push up to your full downward facing dog. Keep that feeling of wrapping the shoulder blades around the ribs. Paddle through the feet. Take a deep bend in both knees, so you're squatting into the legs. Then shift both hips over to the left side of your mat. Keep the squat. Inhale, come through the center, and as you exhale, shift both hips over to the right of the mat. Stay with that squat of the legs. Inhale through center, just rocking that one side again, so to the left. Inhale, center, and to the right. Inhale, center. Roll the body forwards towards a plank position. Bring the knees to the floor and the chest to the ground, half chaturanga. Sliding forwards and up, take a cobra. Exhale, roll the chest to the floor. Inhale, pushing back up to all fours. Exhale, come back into downward dog. Walking the feet towards the hands, come into a forward fold at the top of the mat. Holding on to alternate elbows or the arms just angled, staying in this hold for a couple of breaths to loosen. Try to relax through the head, the neck loosen off. Stay where you are, take a full breath in. As you exhale, keep the arms just hanging heavy, roll up through the spine, keep a little bend in the knees, slinky back, roll the shoulders down. Good. So come to the top of the mat if you're not there already. I'm going to do a few rounds of Sun A. I'm going to start working quite gently and then build up. But you don't have to build up if you want to. Okay, so if you're wanting, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Some days your body needs to move a little bit easier. So stay at the level that kind of feels best for you. Feel free to mix and match things. So bring the hands to the heart center. Just find that height through the spine. Awareness of Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor. Uddiyana Bandha, the belly button drawing back to the spine as you exhale. And then taking your inhale to lift the hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take the arms wide and all the way through to the feet, bending into the knees. Hands to the shins. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, soften into the legs, plant the hands to the floor, step the right leg back and the left leg back into plank position. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, bring just the knees to the floor in all fours position. Inhale, lift the chest and tailbone like you would in cobra. Exhale, round the back into cat stretch. Inhale again, lift the chest. And then come back into your downward dog. So basically on the first sort of level of it, rather than doing your chaturanga and cobras, you can just stay on all fours and take a couple of cat-cow with the same breath rhythm. Bring the gaze to the hands, bend the knees. You can step, walk, or jump the feet up to the top of the mat. Take a halfway lift again as you inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Rolling up through the spine, take the arms wide and up above the head. Exhale, bring the hands through the crown to the heart center and then out to the side of the body, palms forwards, hands active. Inhale again, bring the arms up above the head. Next level. Exhale to fold through to the feet. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs, stepping the legs back into plank position, holding plank. A sort of rolling chaturanga, so bring the knees to the floor, the hips to the ground, and let the body slip to the floor, but keep the elbows hugging in towards the body. Inhale, lift the chest up to cobra. Exhale, roll the chest to the floor. Inhale, come to all fours. Exhale, back into downward dog. Take a full breath. Gaze to the hands, bend the knees. You decide, step, walk, or jump the feet up to the top of the mat. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Slowly rolling up to standing, take the arms wide and up above the head. Exhale, bring the hands through the crown to the heart center and out to the sides of the body, palms active. Pull in the bandhas. Inhale, third round. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant the hands, step or jump back to plank. Stay in plank for an inhale. Do a proper full, half chaturanga. So bring the knees down, keep the hips up, but drop the chest down. So a little bit more strength through the arms. Inhale, slide forwards and up to a cobra, shoulders down, maybe with a little bit more height. Exhale, take it all the way back into your downward facing dog. So on the lower levels, there was that extra breath to transition. So we'll just take a shorter breath in less time in downward dog, really. Bring the gaze to the hands, bend the knees, step, walk, or jump the feet up to the hands. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale to rise. Hands through the crown, through the heart center, and to the sides of the body. Last round of Sun A. So if you want to stay on one of the other levels, then stay with the other levels. Inhale, lift the hands. Exhale to forward fold. Halfway lift, so you can keep the palms on the floor. Step or jump back to plank position. Stay, inhale. Exhale, shift the weight forwards and full chaturanga, so dipping into the elbows. Inhale, pick the chest up into full upward facing dog. Exhale, come back into downward facing dog. So again, if you're working through one of the other levels, just move a bit slower through the transitions, take your time to come back into down dog. Stay for another full breath here, keep that feeling of wrapping your shoulder blades. Bring the gaze to the hands, bend the knees, step, walk, or jump the feet up to the hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Slowly rolling up to standing, hands up above the head. Hands come through the crown, to the heart center, and to the sides of the body to NamaSTE-at-home. We'll do one more round. I'll just count the breath. You take whatever round you want to take. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to plank. Inhale. Exhale to lower. Inhale, chest up. Exhale. Downward dog when you're ready. 3 breaths in downward dog. Try to lengthen your back. So maybe bend the knees to tip the tailbone higher. Or if you're needing the stretch more through the legs, then work the heels to the floor. Try to pick the toes up off the ground. Last full breath. Bring the knees to the floor, back into all fours. Take the left hand up towards the ceiling, take a big breath in. As you exhale, thread it underneath the right armpit, reaching out as far as you can. We're going to come back up again. So inhale, sweep the arm high. Exhale, threading under. Last time, inhale to lift. Exhale, thread under and rest the shoulder and the temple of the head to the ground. Press into this right palm so the shoulder stacks above the underneath one. Feel the breath move into the belly and into the ribs. If you want to lengthen this out a little bit, then just take the right leg to straighten, so toes stay on the floor. You just picked up the knee. On your next exhale, bring the knee back to the ground, press into the hands to reverse the way you came, back into all fours, have a little wriggle out, and then use an inhale to take your right arm out to the side and up. Exhale, threading under for 1. Inhale to lift. Exhale for 2. Inhale to lift. Exhale 3. We're going to rest the shoulder and the temple of the head to the ground. Staying where you are, or you lengthen the left leg, so toes stay on the ground, you just lifted the knee up. Try to stack the left shoulder above the right one. Feel the breath move fully. Bring the knee back to the ground if it's floating and press your way back into all fours. Walk the hands out in front of you so you drop into more of a puppy stretch, so keep the thighs in a straight line. Just the head sinks through the armpits towards the ground. The armpits coming towards the mat. So again, it's easy here to squeeze the shoulder blades together. You want that feeling of turbo dog, wrapping the shoulder blades. I think the outer edges of your armpits are trying to draw towards the mat. Press into the little fingers. Pressing into the palms, bring yourself back up into all fours. Again, give the shoulders a little bit of a wriggle out if you need to, and then tuck the toes and come back into downward facing dog. Gaze to hands, bend the knees. Step, walk, or jump your feet up to the top of the mat. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale to fold into the legs. Inhale as you rise, hands high. Exhale, bring the hands through the crown to the heart center and to NamaSTE at the sides of the body. Take a full breath. Exhale brings in the bandhas. Do a few rounds of S.N B. So again, just working the first one fairly slowly to get positioning correct. Still taking your options of the chaturangas and all the rest of it at your own level. Big toes touching to start with. So we start with Utkatasana, chair pose. So inhale, put your arms up above the head, tailbone down. Exhale, come into forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step or jump to plank position. Inhale and plank. Exhale, your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, make your way back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step through to between the hands. Turn the back foot to a diagonal line and inhale, pick the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor, step back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, your chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, step through. Turn the back foot to diagonal. Inhale, warrior one. hips and shoulders facing front. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back into plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, your chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. 2 full breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Relax the neck, wrap the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Gaze to the hands, bend the knees, step, walk or jump the feet up. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Back into chair pose. Inhale, lift the arms, tailbone down. Exhale, come into stand, hands to the sides of the body. Pick up the pace for the next round. So inhale, lifting the hands, tailbone down. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, come into plank position. Inhale and plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. I'm going to keep this extra breath in here to lift the right leg up as you inhale. Exhale, then step it through. Turn the back foot to diagonal line and inhale, lift the hands. We're going to hold warrior one for a couple of breaths. So really deepen into that front knee if knee feels okay there. Tuck the tailbone and then shift the hips forwards towards the front heel. Keep the back leg trying to press away. So feet are trying to rip the mat in the middle. Maybe feeling the stretch around the front of the left hip. Take another full breath in as you lift the gaze. Exhale all the way through to your chaturanga, your variation. Keep breathing out until you've lowered. Inhale, then lift the chest. Exhale, back into downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, step the foot through. Turn the back foot to that diagonal line and inhale, lift the hands up, pausing here in Virabhadrasana 1. Deepen the bend in the front knee. Tuck the tailbone, scoop the Uddiyana Bandha, belly button to spine, and then shift the hips forward as you press back through the back leg. So again, maybe opening this stretch in right hip flexor. Take a full breath in, lift the gaze, reach up. Exhale all the way through to the base of your chaturanga. So keep breathing out until you've lowered. Inhale, then lift the chest. Exhale, come back into downward facing dog. 2 full breaths, wrapping shoulder blades, relax the neck. Inhaling 2. Exhale. Gaze to hands, bend the knees. Step, walk or jump your feet up to the top of the mat. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Slowly come back into chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, come to stand. Hands to the sides of the body, NamaSTE. Maybe close your eyes. I'm just going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Heart rate will slow down. Bring your right knee up towards your chest. Interlace the hands around the shins to scoop it up. Shoulder blades roll down the back so the chest feels open. Slowly come through a warrior 3, hands at heart center. So slide the leg back, spine comes parallel to the floor. Again, thinking about Uddiyana Bandha, navel to spine to help keep the back straight. Keep the back leg feeling really active. Little bend in that front knee, place the foot down, opening out into warrior 2. So spiral the hands round. Heel of the front foot in line with the arch of the back foot, and a plumb line going from the crown of the head to the tailbone. So back is up straight. Again, using the bandhas to take out any feeling of back bend. Stretch open the fingers and bring the gaze over your left fingertips. Drop the shoulders into your back, relax the neck. Think forearms up, shoulders down. Bring the arms into a cactus position. So bend the elbows, palms face the ears, just look the direction that you're facing. As you inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the chest. As you exhale, bring the forearms together in front of you, pull belly into the spine. Inhale again to open the chest, squeeze shoulder blades. Exhale, rounding, opening those shoulder blades out. 2 more breaths. Inhale to open. Exhale, squeezing in. Inhale to open. Exhale, squeezing in. Open the arms back long again, straighten the front leg, reaching forwards as far as you can and hinging to come into Trikonasana. So hand can either rest lightly to your shin or to a block if that's more comfortable. Flatten yourself out, so lean back slightly and still take that slight tucking of the tailbones. Might mean you need to lift up out of it very slightly. Choose your gaze point either to the floor or out in front of you, or lifting the gaze if we can. The higher you lift your gaze, the harder that is for balance. So you decide where you want the challenge. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, spiral this right hand overhead. Feel the stretch come through that sideline of the body. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, bring it all the way down to the floor, coming into a wide leg forward fold. So rotate the foot round, open that left heel. Staying in the fold here, bring some movement to it if you wish to, so bending the knee one at a time, sway the body, anything that feels good, maybe stillness feels good. Heel toe the feet in a little bit closer. Keep the heels in, the toes out, so come into a wide squat pose, this horse stance. So bring the hands up to heart center again and drop the tailbone down. Again, try to keep your back upright as though you're resting into a wall behind you, rather than leaning forwards into it. So stay as upright as we can. Using Mula Bandha, that deeper pelvic floor, to have a sense of internal lift. From here, bring the arms out in front of you. Elbows hug in towards the waistline. So keep the elbows against the ribs. Palms are facing up to the ceiling and spread open. As you inhale, lift the shoulders towards your ears. Try and spread open through the shoulder blades. Hold in the breath. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Use the arms to help. And as you exhale, drag the elbows and the shoulder blades down. Inhale again into upper back. Lift the shoulders. Hold in the breath, squeeze the shoulder blades, then exhale, drag the shoulder blades down. Again, last time, inhale into upper back, lift the shoulders. Hold the breath, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, drag the shoulder blades down. Stretch the arms wide, turn the palms to face the floor, and then adjust your legs so the right leg is bent in your warrior two. So you just shifted the sides, so left leg straight, right leg bent. Take the gaze over your right fingertips. Again, focus on that long line from crown of the hips to tailbones. We're not leaning forwards into it. And using the bandhas to help keep you strong through the core. Forearms take slightly up so the shoulders can sink down. Straighten up through that front leg. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, reaching forwards and then hinging to come into Trikonasana. Again, choosing your drishti to be low, mid-range, or high. Think leaning back into a wall so the chest stays open, and slightly tuck the tailbone just so you feel the engagement there. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, take this left hand overhead, so bicep towards the ear, and lengthen it so you feel the stretch come through this left side of the ribs. Take another full breath in. As you exhale, bring the left arm down, come back into your wide leg forward fold. So just turn the right foot back square. Hands under the shoulders. Allow the head to sink towards the ground. You can take the legs wider or shorter as you please. Bring the hands in the same line as your feet, as though you're balancing on a tightrope or a beam with the palms of the feet. And then allow the head to fold in from there. Have a sense that there's bend in the elbows. Bring the elbows in towards each other, so they're hugging into a square shape. Take another big full breath. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Lengthen out the chest. Again, heel toe feet in a little bit closer so you come back into your squats. Toes turned out and body up straight above the groin. Good. Sink into it, pull in pelvic floor to hold you. Bring the arms again out into the posture you had, elbows hug in, palms up. Make a fist with your right hand and then wrap the left hand on top of the forearm. Your right hand is going to try and turn out to the side. Your left hand is there to resist it. So try to press the right hand open, but the left hand is resisting. Keep the shoulders down and a slight sense of the shoulder blades squeezing together. So you should be feeling a bit of switch on. It's difficult when I can't adjust you or see you properly, but switch on around the back of your right shoulder blade into your serratus. Relax through the neck. Keep the shoulder working to try and rotate this arm. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. Switch arms. So left palm is facing up, scrunch up the hand. This hand is going to try and turn out to the side. The right hand is resisting. So when you're ready, try to open. Again, keep the shoulder blades in your back. Relax through the neck. Try to think that left shoulder is trying to rotate the arm out, but there's resistance. One side might feel easier to kind of recruit from the other. Maybe neither side is feeling like it's making any sense, so don't worry. You're still strengthening your legs, if anything else. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And release. Take a big breath in, reach the arms up above the head, straighten the legs. Open the heels, and as you exhale, come back into your wide leg forward fold. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Walk your hands again around to the top of the mat. Step back into your downward facing dog. Take a 2 breaths in here. So big breath in. Full breath out. Big breath in. Full breath out. Gaze to the hands, bend the knees. Step, walk or jump your feet up to the top of the mat. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Slowly rolling up to standing. Roll the shoulders down your back. Bring the left knee up towards your chest. Hands around the shin. Scooping it up, shoulders down. Bring the hands to heart center as you come into warrior 3, using the bandhas to help keep the spine straight. Reaching back the active floating leg. Keep the breath moving. Slowly step the toes down to the back of the mat. Lift the hands up, just take a breath in here. So I'm not going to repeat that whole sequence. Bring the hands down to the floor and step back into your downward dog. Take a deep squat through the legs, the tailbone reaching up. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, then straighten the legs again. Deep breath in, bend into the knees. Exhale, straighten the legs. Bring the knees to the floor, fold back into child's pose. Any variation that feels good to rest into. Maybe bring the hands under the forehead, that helps your shoulders soften. And then however feels good to get there, you can roll your hips over to one side or sweep the legs around or thread the legs underneath. So you come into seated, straighten the legs out in front of you. Bring your hips into the middle of the mat. Just take a bend of the knees so feet are on the ground. Reach the hands out to the full breath in. As you exhale, pull the belly in, rounding through the spine to roll yourself into the floor. Reach the arms overhead as you come down to the ground. And lengthen the legs away, take a full body stretch. Take a deeper couple of breaths. And then gently hug the knees in towards the body when you're ready to. We're just going to finish with a twist. So open the arms out to the sides of you into a sort of T shape. And then knees over to the right, any variation of a twist that feels good for your back. So again, if you're taking care of the back, feet stay on the floor first and just soften them over. Or you can take it as deep as wrapping the legs through eagle wrapping if that is available. Left shoulder stays rooted, turning the head towards the left. Keep the left shoulder blade sliding down the back of the ribs. Expand your breath through the belly, through the ribs, to the back. Allow each exhale to soften or melt away any tension around the spine or the jaw. Gently bring the legs through the center, use the core to help you, and take the same variation of your twist over to the other side. So as gentle or as deep as you want to take it. Right shoulder stays rooted. Turn the head to the right if the neck feels okay. And slide the right shoulder blade into the back. And expand a deep breath through the torso. Use the exhale to release tension from the spine, from the jaw. And then using an exhale, bring the knees back through to the center. Take a little rock of the knees going side to side or round in circles or anything you need to just adjust. And then work your way down into a Shavasana, anywhere you want to be. Shoulder blades shuffle down the back. Palms open. Allow the body to feel open. Take a really deep breath in. Hold the breath in the body. And slowly but fully release the breath. Once again, a deep full breath in. Hold the breath in the body. Slowly but fully release the breath. Allow the breaths now to become really effortless. Remind yourself of when you checked in at the start of the practice on a physical sense, emotional sense, or energetic. Have an awareness of how things are feeling now. And maybe using that transition or the recognition of how you're feeling now to set an intention to carry with you for the rest of the day. And continue moving a little bit slower or breathing a bit fuller or whatever it might be. Allow the breaths to carry a little bit more energy. Roll the fingers, the toes, the ankles, the wrists. If you want to take another full stretch, take a couple of breaths just to bring yourself back into the world. And then one leg at a time, hug the knees into the body. Take a rock side to side again. And either roll yourself over to one side or take a gentle rock seated. Bring yourself up to any comfortable seated posture. Come back to the starting posture. So into Sukhasana with the index finger connected to thumb and hands resting onto the back of the knees. Pull into the back of the knees so that your chest lifts up. Shoulders stay down. Bring to mind just one thing that you can feel grateful for today. Acknowledge one thing that you really like about yourself today. And remind yourself again of the things you achieved or released through the practice today. Closing that then into the heart center. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, bow the head to your hands. Thank you so much, guys. Namaste. Well done. Have a lovely weekend. I'll unmute you.
Hi, thanks, Pippa. That's lovely.